What's good, nephews? What's good, fam? How we doing tonight, sir?
Man, we're killing it this week. It's been a busy week, and kind of, like I say, the injury that I suffered from the rib injury a few weeks back. I'm still like a little bit sore there, but everything's going. I'm able to do all my workouts exactly as planned. And like I said earlier, got my Riverhounds jersey on. We're going to be taking on the Eastern Conference Final right here in Pittsburgh. And man, I got to tell you, I feel good. I think we're going to win it all this year, guys. Got the AMO flag up and everything.
That's what's up. All right, good evening, nephews. I'd like to welcome y'all to Swipe Smarter. This is a show where we stop pretending dating apps are magic and start dealing with reality like grown men. Now, tonight, nephews, I'm going to tell you some truth that this algorithm won't, that your friends won't, and that most women can't. Hold on a second. Let me just shout out to Minnie Mom. Pleasure to have you with us as always. Shannon Scott in the building as well. Appreciate the support, sir. All right. Nephews, I need you to know that we're not here to judge people. We're just here to interpret signals, decode patterns, and teach you how to move with clarity, integrity, and most importantly, self-respect. Now, look, if you've been settling, simping, or imagining potential where there is none, tonight is your intervention, nephews. Now, my name is William the Conqueror. I'm the black belt of Bumble, and this is Johnny Dumbbell. He's my sensei of swiping. We're going to put on a little show for you tonight, break down these profiles. And Johnny, tell me a little bit about it while I get the screen pulled up.
Well, what we're going to be doing tonight is, because I'm a personal trainer here in beautiful Pittsburgh, I set goals for everybody, and I even set a few goals for William here. And one of those goals is we try to get three right swipes. Now, that's not so much a challenge for William as it is for you ladies out there on Bumble within the 50-mile radius of Newton Falls, Ohio. So, Phil, what do we got up first?
All right, Johnny. Go ahead.
All right.
No, I need just another second. I wasn't done. I wasn't supposed to pop up yet, sir.
That's okay.
Yeah, I need a second. I don't like to, like, my DMs are out. Bro, I'm not trying to show everybody my DMs, So
So while he's doing that, guys, if you have experienced any kind of extreme or any kind of crazy thing when it came to online dating, or if you just had a great experience, terrible experience, read it out, write it in the comments. We'd love to read it. And, we're all a community here.
That's right. We want to help you, nephews. That's why we do this every week for you. We want to give you the advantage out there in this dating world.
It sure as hell isn't for the money.
All right. So give me a second here, and we'll get into our first profile tonight. All right, nephews, take a breath, and let's get into what we got going on in our first profile tonight. We got Jessica. She's 35. Now, Johnny, first thing I'm noticing here with Jessica, there's no bio.
Oh.
All right.
Well,
so nephews, no bio could mean no substance. All right. So let's see what else we got.
Dude, I got to point out Brandy's comment. Brandy says Yahoo dating. Yahoo dating got me my kids. Now, guys, if you didn't experience Yahoo dating, it's probably because you're not old enough. Yahoo dating was the way we did it back in the late 90s, early 2Ks, where we chatted you up there. We actually found directions to where we're going to meet you on Yahoo Maps, and we printed that shit out on paper and got there. I think we talked about that a couple of weeks back, but man, the struggle was real, but it was getting a little less real.
Brandy, glad to have you.
Those were the days.
Shout out to Brandy.
Yeah, what's up, Randy? Hope you're feeling better.
All right, so it says Jessica's sober. I know not to ask her to meet me for a drink. She says, hopefully you're also really into murder shows and true crime. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can get down with that.
I like her little hand tattoo there, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for chicks with tattoos. I ain't gonna lie, man.
All right, well,
they'll break your heart and slash your tires, but you love them.
True crime. Do you notice how some women turn that into a hobby watching that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I don't see, I don't really overhear whole lot of sidebar discussions about much else. But I mean, if that's something she's into, hey man, that's true crime. I got to be honest with you, I love the first 48. I like things like that, 48 hours, things like that. I really like those ones that show that even in real life there's a plot twist to a case. Um, I don't obsess over 48 hours, but yeah, I'll sit and watch it.
All right, murder shows and true crime. I feel like we see this so much, it's almost like a personality placeholder. Like
I can see that.
she's listing death and crime. Johnny, I'm seeing emotional avoidance disguised as entertainment. But no, am I wrong? Am I reading the room wrong?
I mean, well, I don't know. I don't know that we can draw that line directly because I love those shows and I'm definitely not avoiding. I'm actually having a lot of fun right about now.
All right, let's move on, see what else she has here tonight. She says, what if I told you that kangaroos have 3 vaginas? Okay, Johnny, that's
I would
like
say you have my attention.
Chaos. Bro, that is flirt-coded chaos. It's the I'm fun, I'm quirky, I'm dangerous energy. I think it might be a little bit of bait, though. I'd have to read more.
I mean,
about
I think it's definitely a conversation prompt.
well,
Not sure how that'll work out, but it could work.
We see this all the
No,
time.
I don't know, man.
These women want attention without showing any kind of vulnerability at all. So I don't know. I have to see where else this profile goes. See, I don't know. Fun without vulnerability is the most expensive kind of date you can have, man.
Kind of like the dog.
I like the dog too.
I like the dog.
I get out of a bad mood by committing criminal mischief.
Bruh.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know, bro.
I mean, as long as she understands that kind of sounds like I like to stalk my exes and break their stuff every once in a while.
This is the thing, nephews. A woman that leads with chaos, they require a man who lead with boundaries.
Dude. No, so, they don't just require it. You need it for your own safety in a lot of these situations. But yeah.
If you don't have strong internal structure, she'll shake your whole life loose, nephew. She really will. I don't know, John.
I mean, she's attractive. I'm digging the tats, man. I like that, but
I like the little French bulldog tat there on her leg. I was thinking that too.
She's from Berea. She's probably she's from Berea. She's probably a Browns fan. She's not expecting a ring.
Right. But that's also 40, 50 miles away.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a filter. I don't know. Pretty girls use distance to weed out guys who don't chase. Like
right.
It's some of these women want effort from you without giving clarity to you as well. You have to watch for all kind of stuff you need to watch for, nephews. That's why you're watching our show.
Absolutely.
Is she attractive? Yes. Is she fun? Probably. All right, but nephews, what do we say every week when it comes to this? Is she going to bring peace to my life, or is it going to be chaos? Is it going to be plot twist? I'm a huge advocate where I swipe with discipline and not dopamine. So it needs more than pretty looks to give me the swipe on her. And
yeah, dopamine's a great rush, but don't get dependent on it. Yeah,
there's not a lot of substance in the profile. All right, I'm passing on her. I mean, hold on, Brandy, are you in the chat?
She is.
Brandy, what do you think? Left or right on this one?
Bruh.
Minnie Mom says chaos and possibly jail time.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, and like I say, we're not necessarily, but I mean, this
about bitches.
Yeah, I mean, this could go really great or really bad, and I don't think it's a chance I'd be willing to take. So I'm going to say left.
Phil says chaos is the fun part, though.
Bruh. Oh, absolutely. Listen, hey, no question about it. I mean, and that's how we get sucked in, especially as young men with hormones and all that other crap that's going on. Hey, I get it. So yeah, you're absolutely right. We when we're young men, we do exactly what we shouldn't be doing. We run right at the red flags because those red flags look attractive to us at first. And the thing of it is, we're here because we screwed things up enough times and had our hearts kicked to the curb and every other direction because we kept chasing that instead of realizing that we also have the power to choose. But yeah, absolutely, 100%, man. I get you, man. Good comment. Thank you, brother.
All right, Brandy says thumbs down. We're gonna pass on Jessica here. Blessings on your journey, Jessica. We all good. All right, Give me a second, and I will preview the next profile. Now,
cool sleeves though. I mean, you should probably own stock in Aquaphor.
I have to preview these profiles. Some women are very vigilant about not posting pictures of their children. Some aren't so much. And we stream on so many different platforms. There's different community guidelines for everything. So Johnny and I have just made it policy. We're not sharing any of that. We're skipping right over those profiles. So I have to jump back and forth between screens. I got to make sure that it is something I can share before we dissect it and break it down. But we do this live for a reason. It's because it's unfiltered. We're not trying to cherry pick things. Like I said, we're not judging anybody. These are the random profiles that the Bumble algorithm is throwing at me of women in my area. So we as men lead by example, and I'm trying to teach you how to do better at online dating by showing you my own vetting process. Shout out to me. All right, give me 1 second here while I preview this.
Yeah, the only cherry picking we do here is if her name is Cherry and we swipe right.
Okay.
I don't have a rim shot sound on here. So.
You don't have a rib shot for that one?
No, I don't. I used to have that on the side. I can't monitor it on the same screen as I use the buttons, so I had to kind of forgo those tonight.
I got all kinds of buttons, bro, but
I don't want to know that.
I'm doing like 5 things at once. I just love this show, Johnny. I love
fun.
the opportunity we get to speak truth to these young men and be of service. I really look forward to our Thursday night shows, our Monday night shows, and I think we need to add a show for Bumble. TikTok. But really, we got to get your TikTok up there, Johnny, so you can go live on it. So
if they weren't so uptight about the fact that they can't just, yeah.
All right, give me just a second here.
By the way, while he's doing that, I am so close to my 100 subscribers on YouTube. If you are not already subscribed, please, Johnny Dumbbell, come to my page, hit that like and subscribe button, hit that bell notification. I post shorts all the time. You'll be notified anytime I post new content. But let's go. Let's drive to 100. We got a few more to go.
Shout out to Johnny Dumbbell. Like I say, chat, this is my sensei of swiping. Johnny Dumbbell has been a mentor of mine for many, many years and was giving me game all the way back in 2007, 2008, teaching me how to read indicators of interest from women before anybody in the red pill community came up with the word choosing signals. Shout out to Johnny Dumbbell.
Yep. That was, yeah.
All right. Next profile.
That was sales experience right there. I mean, understanding that, from the very basic understanding that it's a numbers game to some extent to the very specific nature of knowing how to sit down and make that presentation without showing that you're making a presentation, and remember, at the end of the day, what you're selling is you, whether personal life or business life, what you're selling is you. I mean, that's the industry I'm in, at home and at work.
All right, Johnny, we got AP 45. Got a bikini pic for her profile picture.
Damn, look at them titties.
Hey, not bad.
Okay.
I got to tell you, I mean, I got to tell you, 45, that's a pretty good build. I know a little something about being in shape middle age, but that's I got to tell you, as a trainer, as a fitness professional, yeah, I'm impressed.
Hey, yeah, shout out to her for real. All right, Johnny says she's trying to live her best life. No,
Justin,
judgment.
I love you too, brother. I do. Hope you're feeling all right, man. I hope you're doing good, dude.
no pronouns.
Okay. And don't end your sentences with a preposition. Actually, I'm kind of serious about that one.
It says she drinks socially. I like that.
Hey,
okay.
I get it.
Well, Johnny, says we'll get along if you're open-minded, care about others, and are self-aware.
Okay, time out. That's kind of what we got to go back to there. So, okay.
Look at them titties.
I'm going to have to wait for a 6-second delay to be able to read that for myself and go down that line for line. But what was that first one?
Yeah.
There it is. You're open-minded. Now, here's the thing. In modern dating world, one thing that I've noticed is that, especially with some of these younger girls that I was meeting along the way with Bumble, and even when I was younger, was meeting girls about that age, and this girl is our age. She's 45, so it's a little bit different. But when you say open-minded, that can mean one of two things. She really wants you to be open-minded, to be able to have an open-minded discussion about some broad topics, and that's cool. Be open-minded to alternative points of view. But be careful that this isn't a precursor to, well, if you were open-minded and not so obtuse, you would understand where I'm coming from, but you're not listening. That's kind of a cycle that, she may have gone through many, many times with an ex. And, she might really believe that it's because he wasn't open-minded, but subconsciously, it's got more to do with, man, why won't you put up with my crap? So, I mean, there is a couple of directions that could go. Not to mention that open-mindedness, a request for open-mindedness is definitely among the company lines. I think it's great that she's putting out something that she's looking for. But I would like to see her put out something that I'm looking for, somewhere in here, and maybe we'll find it.
Well said, Johnny. I'm hoping you are spontaneous.
More importantly, what Bill's looking for. This is his baby.
And adventurous. That's definitely the company line.
Bruh.
By the way, Justin in the comments, love you, brother, and happy belated Veterans Day. Thank you.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Sir.
All right. She says, I'm a great +1 because I'm the life of the party and I take a great photo.
Oh, boy. All right. So she likes to go out, get drunk, and party, and she also likes to take a lot of selfies. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm saying that's exactly what that means.
Life of the party. Nephews, do you really want a woman who's the life of the party?
In the comments, somebody tell us what that means.
All right.
But we know.
Sorry, I apologize. I'm doing like 5 things at once, Johnny.
Well, and while he's doing that, I'll tell you, I'm not necessarily saying promiscuity. I'm saying, is this the type of person that's going to be aloof, hard to reach, barely or rarely available? If so, I'm not even saying don't meet this person. What I am saying is, for as long as that tends to be the case, you can date this girl, have fun with her, get together with her, meet up with her, do, fun things, Netflix and chill with her, her place or yours, whatever it happens to be, for as long as it's comfortable for both of you. But if, first of all, if there's going to be a commitment with this girl, number one, she's going to ask you for it. After all, she's the free spirit who would be deciding then not to be such a free spirit, at least in that sense. And number two, I think that that's going to be something that is going to have to shape up over that amount of time. But if that point never comes, if she never asks for that, or if you're never ready to commit to someone like this, then you can continue to have fun for as long as you're both consenting to do so. But that's kind of what I think that's kind of where I think we're at here.
Johnny,
Brandy, in the future we pronounce that 304. But I mean,
trying to
hey, I
live
didn't
my
say it. She said it.
life. You really put that in your bio? That's the most
Yeah.
overused placeholder in modern dating. It means absolutely nothing. But
Well,
Johnny,
now wait a minute.
it tells us everything.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and assume. Let's assume for just a second. We know it is a relatively company line, and for some reason they think that we find that attractive. We don't. But let's assume that is. Let's assume she's actually. Let's assume she really thinks that she's the life of party. I don't care why she thinks that. I don't care that she thinks that. I care that this is the kind of statement that somebody would make when she's trying to appear fun. She's trying to appear, but most importantly, I didn't get a chance to see. Is she looking for long term? Or is she looking for casual? If she's looking for casual, I can definitely see that piecing together with this. But if she's looking for long term, I'm going to go ahead and say that those things mix probably about as well as oil and water.
Okay, living my best life.
Stop the cap.
Let me tell you what that means.
Again,
nephew.
company line.
For you
I hope she's doing well, but company line.
who don't have the experience, when a woman says she's living her best life, it means I'm in my freedom phase and I'm not explaining myself. So
I was going to say I'm in my 40s and I'm pretending to enjoy it, but you know.
She's not presenting who she is. She's presenting a vibe. Okay. And it's up to me to decide if that's something I want to work with or not. We'll get along if you're open-minded, care about others, and are self-aware. Like, I get it. On paper, that sounds beautiful. But nephews, vague standards are usually moving standards. Okay. They want to move the goalpost. Open-minded, that means don't judge the decision I'm not ready to stop making. Care about
allergies?
Care about others is basic humanity. That's not a requirement. That's the bare minimum, bro.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, I don't care how good she looks, and yeah. I mean, the thing of it is that, you know, does she look unique in that bra? Absolutely. You know, does she look like somebody we could have a good time with, maybe for a night, for a weekend, whatever it happens to be, maybe even for a few times? Sure. But again, I was waiting for that. I mean, all she's giving us is the company line, and even if she's being sincere about all these things she's saying, you know, if she is being sincere about that, I would say that if you guys do decide to get at her and have that conversation, look for something between the lines here. Phil, absolutely. I would say that's definitely like Randy Jackson would say, that's going to be a no for me, dog.
Bruh.
That's my best Randy Jackson.
All right. Self-aware is the big one for me here, Johnny. People who leave with that word are usually like talking.
That gets thrown around a lot. But, you know, we coach these young men to be self-aware. But by that, we mean we want you to know where you need to improve. When she says self-aware, she wants you to know she wants you to be aware of where she wants you to improve. So, I mean, again, it's either going to be she wants you to have some self-confidence and know who you are and not be apologetic about it, which I tell you all the time. But more likely, it sounds like she is going to want you to be self-aware, probably means just know when I'm right and you're wrong.
Okay. To me, I'm getting the vibe that she didn't have that in her last relationship. So that's she's looking forward, going forward, because she felt as
I think
if
she thinks she didn't have it.
Right, exactly. Let's see, what else do we got here? I'm hoping you are spontaneous and adventurous. To me, this is a code for flexibility. And
well, not only that, but willing to spend money at the drop of a hat.
Schedule, Johnny, not ours.
But but by spontaneous, does she mean bringing home a couple of like a bouquet of flowers every now and then, or does she mean she wants you to like just automatically know when she wants you to grab a bunch of bags, throw some clothes in, and say, "Hey, let's go on an expensive vacation for a few days"? So I mean, you know, again, I would never put. I'm going to say swipe left, so I would never get to the part where I had the conversation to find out what she meant about that. But I am curious to know what she actually means by that, but we're never going to know.
Okay, well, I'll tell you. Okay, women in their 40s who like to use the word spontaneous, they're telling you that they're in that prove your fun phase or show me you can keep up phase. And if you're not careful, you're going to find yourself performing instead of connecting.
Randy, now, I agree with you to a very, very good. Sorry.
Everybody in the chat is telling me to swipe left, to turn this one down.
Oh my.
Okay, well, let's finish breaking this down before I swipe left on it. Okay. I'm a great +1 because I'm the life of the party and I take a great photo. Now,
But she
this,
said twice she's the life of the party.
right, but Johnny,
Twice,
this
twice she
is
said she's the life of the party, and twice that she's shown that she likes to take selfies.
all right. But nephew, here's what I'm trying to
They
tell
hold
you:
up
is
3 fingers.
their words expose them. Okay, and if you read this
Their
again,
actions expose them more.
you'll understand that this is an identity. It's social validation and aesthetic validation. So, life of the party is she needs attention. You're not
Tell me
gonna
I'm
get
pretty or go to hell.
out of this. And I take great photos as a woman who needs to treat to be it's
Yeah, I mean, if she's on my Bumble in Pittsburgh, I'm gonna go ahead and go left. But there's a
well,
lot of choices in this town. I gotta be honest, but I mean, yeah, I would still go left on this one.
yeah, I'm not I want to date a person, Johnny, not a highlight reel.
And we got to get the Beyonce button going to the left, every time we, decide not to.
I don't,
Just an idea.
I don't know though. I'm telling you, like 5 minutes long with me. Nah, I'm gonna swipe left. That's my first instinct. And Brandy
Yeah.
says swipe left too.
Well,
Brandy,
no, it's my second instinct. My first instinct was, that button again, Phil.
even Mini Mom said left. Shout out to the chat. I love it when y'all get involved, even if it's to say bye, Felicia.
Yeah, my first instinct was to go, whoa, look at those. But my second instinct is like, yeah, still left though.
Hey, Johnny, nephew, Johnny, now I'll tell you, being on Bumble and having game, it's like playing a basketball a bunch of against like kindergartners. Like it's not even hard. Okay, it's like I'm playing this game on easy mode or something. It's wild. And I think that's kind of indicative to some of the experiences that these women are having with some of you nephews. And
I mean, the thing of it is, guys, I mean,
so easy for me.
Bruh.
The funny thing is that I was doing this. I was doing this show for the Bumble show for how long were we doing this, Bill? About a year and a half.
A year, yeah, probably about a year and a half, Johnny.
So, like, when we started doing this, I was in a relationship. So, I mean, I was just kind of coming along for the ride and giving my opinions on stuff. But, when that relationship ended and I was ready to move on, I actually got on Bumble. And I got to tell you, I read so many things on social media, Reddit, Facebook, all those, where guys, and not just guys my age, but I would say guys between 25 and 50, so wide range of men, and they all have the same complaint. It's just like, oh, I don't even get any matches. Oh, I don't even get any looks. And I don't want to be that guy, but I would love to reply to some of these guys and say, well, let me see your profile, because here's the thing. I am not Brad fucking Pitt. All right. Trust me, as I'm sure you can tell, but I write a good profile and I put out exactly what I'm looking for. I put out exactly what I am. I even put out a couple of things that I'm currently working on, vague, but the thing of it is I am working on a couple of projects right now. And so, those are the kinds of things that you've got to be able to show. You've got to not only show stability, but ambition. And I don't mean financial stability. So before you come at me with, oh, you guess you got to be 6-figure, dude, I never earned 6 figures a single fucking year in my life. All right. The fact of the matter is that I know what I'm looking for, and I'm not afraid to settle for nothing less than that. And if that, and you have to be at a point in your life, man, where if you have a choice between being in a relationship with a hot woman who might not fulfill you and having a life alone where you decide whether or not you're fulfilled, I'll take the time alone. I'll take the time alone every single time. I love me some me. So should you.
All right, Johnny. Next up here tonight for the nephews, we got Christy. 40.
All right, Christy. What we got?
All right. Well, Johnny, first thing I notice is that we do not have, and that's a bio.
Mm.
No bio. Okay, she says the quickest way to my heart is music, sarcasm, sour candy, pizza, and wine.
Wow. Those are all things that I cannot have. I'm already drinking whiskey. I shouldn't be doing this.
Now, music, all right. Look, I have to check her playlist.
But I had to give up beer.
Because look, really, a woman's playlist will tell you a lot about her. And nephews, all right, look, you don't want to hear this, But when a woman has a fire playlist, that means she's probably a hoe. And here's why. She's been around a lot of dudes and in a lot of dudes' cars and have listened to lots of different music and have added it to their little playlist. And I've just noticed that when women don't have a better taste in music, they're not as much of a hoe. But I mean, if she's got some fire ass playlists and she's putting you on to stuff you ain't never heard before, yeah, they're
especially if it's things like
dig a little bit deeper.
Listen,
like just have fun for the
and
weekend.
I'll go further. Listen, I'll go further. If on Spotify she's following Kim Petras, have fun with her, but then get out of there. And look, I'm telling you, look it up, Kim Petras. If she has her playlist, you're gonna have a great time for a couple nights.
Well, you know who has a fire playlist? Shout out to Mr. 1950. He's got a playlist on Spotify called Bedroom Bully. And I gotta tell you, it's fire, bro. Hey,
now that sounds like musical adventure.
If she's from Newton Falls, and that's why she's a 304. Hey, there certainly are a lot of them out here, aren't there, Brandy? And I'm sure you know a couple of them, huh? Hey, shout out to all them 304s. Hey, none of them are a bigger 304 than me. I'm a 608.
Can you imagine if she's baby? I think it would be really funny if we saw the profile of a 304 from the 304. Those of you who don't know, that's the area code for pretty much most of West Virginia.
All right, see here, the woman has the kids blocked out, and shout out to her. I appreciate this. I wish more women were this vigilant with their children's safety. And Johnny, you see that picture on the right?
I will in about 4 seconds.
This woman's in church.
Okay.
Let me say that again.
Bless that bitch.
I like this, Johnny.
Literally bless her. Yeah, I mean, I think that it's kind of nice. One of the things that a lot of men, not all men, but a lot of men look for is, does she have some sort of convictions? Now, whether those are religious, whether those are, I'm not going to say political. Keep political out of there. But as long as she has convictions for her own self and the way she's going to live her life, that's fantastic. I like to see a woman who has strong convictions and wants to stick to them. The only part that could be bad for you is those convictions may not fit the program that I hope you've already established for yourself before you even create a Bumble profile. But that's neither here nor there. And the thing of it is that if she has a program and she's assertive about it and she's positive that that's the path she wants to lead, that's fantastic. Even better if it matches yours, and better still if you still manage to find a way to be the leader that you're supposed to be. But if not, I mean, I think this is a girl we swipe right on, go to the first or the second date, and if things go great, fine. And if they don't, Bill, what do we tell them?
Blessings on your journey. Hey, I love saying that too, because I really mean it. All right, Johnny, you know what?
Yeah, Bill, I'm going to go ahead and say it's a right swipe for me, just because I think that this is worthy of a conversation.
Okay, so right for Johnny. I like where this is going. You know what, Johnny? Let me ask you this. We always
my God, Phil, the Duck song. Phil, listen, man. I love the Duck song was great. When my little girl was little, we must have listened to that song 847,000 times minimum.
Sorry.
Damn. It's in my head because of you. Thanks, Phil.
I don't even know what you're talking about, bro.
You don't want to know. Listen, you don't want to know. Don't. Yeah, you don't want to know. Let's go on.
I got a right from Mini Mom on this one, too.
Hey.
Oh, and Brandy's giving me the thumbs up. All right. Since you three are some of my favorite viewers and I appreciate your support, I'm swiping right on this one. Let me find out where she's from first. Akron, 30 miles. Okay.
Smells like burning rubber.
All right, let's see what else we got here. Give me just a second, chat. We'll get to the next profile. Call in with your questions. Hey, I know Minnie Ma, she a church girl. I'll go to church with her. I'm telling you, I will.
Yep. I could see her going not for appearance too, though. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, I don't like to judge a book by its cover, but let's face it. A lot of people get lost in the fact that a lot of the times, yes, you can judge a book by its cover. So I'm not going to make a concession for the 1 time out of 10 or the 2 times out of 30 or whatever it happens to be that the cover misjudged or the cover was deceiving of the book inside. Like Bill says, how you do some things is how you do all things. How you do one thing is how you do all things.
And
if she really is committed to this, yeah, if she really is committed to the spiritual journey or whatever it is that keeps her going to church every Sunday, even if you're not a religious man, I would still say maybe it's worth having a conversation with her because there is a conviction that she's sticking to, whether it's to God, whether it's to herself, whether it's to family, or for whatever reason she has to follow a certain routine. The last girl that I dated seriously, I dated her for 2 years, great girl. And even though we didn't work out, I got to tell you, she had a really great structure about herself, and it was very clear that her actions were consistent with her words. We just wanted different things, and that's why it didn't work out. And, like I said, blessings on her journey and best of luck to her. And I really hope that someday she's going to make some guy great. She's going to make him very happy and she's going to make him a better man. It just wasn't going to be me. But the fact of the matter is that I learned a lot about, understanding that having that structure, owning that structure and not deviating from that structure for anybody except for your own desire to change said structure is paramount. If you want to live a life that is going to be fulfilling, if you want to live a life that is going to make you happy to open your eyes every day. In my case, it doesn't hurt to have a job that I can't wait to go to every morning. I'm kind of pissed I start late tomorrow.
Bro, I'm off tomorrow. Shout out to me. I'm getting tatted. Team tatted, man. I got a session with the homie Dom. I'm going to be down at his shop all day. And I think we're shooting something on my forearm, man. So I'm looking forward to that, bro.
Well, let me just say then. Well, then let me just say, damn, look at them tatties. I had to.
Give me a second here. I'll pull up our next profile, big dog. Banners. Let me run the banner.
Bill and I had some great times back in the day. Sammy's Great American Bar, Austintown, Ohio. It's JR's now. But I'll tell you, I'll never forget when I was married. When my only ex-wife and I separated, Bill, TK, and I were all working at Sam's because we were all doing different things. There were times all three of us were security. I DJ'd there, I bartended there, I even ran the stupid internet gambling thing because that was a trend back then. This is about 15 years ago, Bill, I think, something like that. But, and that's the perfect example of even when you're at rock bottom or even when you're in a situation where you're scraping for every cent you can just to pay your bills and maybe, sometimes get enough nutrition for the day. Those are meager times and those are tough times. But I'll tell you what, those, hard times make strong men. Strong men make easy times. But easy times make weak men. And weak men then make hard times. Don't keep repeating the cycle. Every day, keep that pedal down. Every day, try to be better. Every day, make your bed in the morning. That way, when you go to bed at night, even if you had the worst day in the world, the fact of the matter is that you can look at that made bed and realize that you still followed at least one item of your routine like you should be doing every single day. That, gentlemen, is called a program. And if you do not have a program, and if you do not have a direction in your life, if you do not have a direction, or I'm sorry, you don't have a goal and a plan and are working the plan that you made, if you don't have that, you shouldn't be making a Bumble profile. You shouldn't be looking to find anybody else but yourself. If you're having a hard time doing that, my email will be in the description. I will help you. It's what I do for a living. Let's go.
Shout out to Johnny Dumbbell. All right, next profile, we got Diana, nephew. She's 44 years old.
Diana.
I got to tell you, I come across women like this multiple times a day. Mm-hmm. She looks like at least 3 women I've met this week. Maybe I got
2 here.
I don't know. I like the tats. There's no bio here, Johnny.
Okay, so here's the thing. That's 2 strikes because strike one was the old cliche sticking the butt out duck face thing. I don't have a problem with sticking the butt out. I kind of like looking at the butt. The duck face, though, even though she is a pretty girl, the duck face thing's done, guys. Ladies, please. The only thing that is more cliche than a duck face in a selfie is when you somehow think that it's still cool to wear leopard print stuff. Jesus. I mean, I'm not even saying get rid of the animal prints. I'm just saying leopard's a little bit overdone. Wear something zebra. Wear something jaguar. Wear something. I don't care. But leopard print is so cliche. And and duck face is a very, very close second.
Okay, well,
I'm just saying that's how cheesy it looks when you do that nowadays. It was cute 15 years ago. It's not cute anymore. Or it's cute, but it's not unique. I'll give you that.
All right. Quickest way to my heart is being a gentleman with a great sense of humor who can teach me something.
Okay, boom. So what she's asking right there is no. If she's being sincere, and I'm not saying she is, but it really sounds like she's saying, lead me. If you can lead me, this will work. You cannot lead me. If you don't give me a reason to follow you, this won't work. Now, I don't know if she means to say that exactly, but that is exactly what she's saying when she says something like that. She is telling on herself, and in my opinion, in a good way.
Okay.
Plus, the blue dress doesn't hurt.
Be a gentleman. Okay, that's a standard, right? Every woman wants that. But when
what she actually means is be a strong man. Be somebody that I think is going to be someone that I'm going to be biologically attracted to. Now, be a gentleman. And listen, I am speaking directly to you guys out there who sit there and say, I'm a nice guy. Why don't I get laid? You are the ones I'm talking to here. Because by be a gentleman, she does not mean put on a fedora and your fingerless gloves and call her milady and worship the ground she walks on and then text her every 5 fucking minutes. Okay? That is not what she is saying. She is saying, be a man who can lead. Be a man who makes her want to follow. Be a man who says, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'd like you to join me. If not, hey, it's cool. Maybe some other time. Be a man who is going to make her wonder what you are thinking. Be a man who's going to always keep her on her toes. That is what she means by be a gentleman. She wants you to not only be respectful, but she wants you to be intriguing. God forbid. Now, if you don't know how to do that, once again, it's because you don't know yourself well enough to be getting on a website and trying to find some girl whose mold you, let's face it, if she's hot, you're going to try to fit. And guess what? Then you haven't made your own program. And you probably never will because you're trying too hard to fit hers. Don't make that mistake. Find out who you are before you find out who you want to be with.
All right. Well, Johnny,
I would drop Mike, but this thing's expensive.
All right. Let's break this down a little more. Because what I'm getting from this being a gentleman with a great sense of humor who can teach me something, and we've talked about this previously, it's like she's talking to the last man she dated.
Yeah.
Don't bring me
absolutely.
stress.
Wow, good way. Hold on.
Don't
well
bring
put.
me immaturity.
Yeah.
So, like,
that's exactly
when a woman
it.
tells you what she wants, she's usually telling you what she just escaped. Okay, so just keep that in mind, nephews.
Yeah.
Great sense of humor. Translation: I want a man who can carry the emotional load when I'm tired. So she wants levity without having to contribute to it.
Yeah, because she's not asking you to have the ability to make her laugh. You should have that anyway. That doesn't mean you have a good sense of humor. That means you're confident enough to make her either laugh with you or at you. And Bill, we always say the same thing about laughter, don't we? Laughter is a response that she can't necessarily control, but she enjoys having. If you could do that for her at the drop of a hat, subconsciously, she might be wondering, man, what other uncontrollable thing can you make her do that is positive? Just saying. Read between the lines, fellas.
Well, just teach me something new. Sure, this sounds cute, but nephews, take note. That's not curiosity. That's dependency. So, women who want you to teach them everything usually want you to lead everything. And I don't have a problem with that. However, when you run across so many women that aren't on your level, and you got it's always like you're coaching them and you're giving them the game on how to move. It gets boring after a while. And that's why when I meet a woman who doesn't,
especially when it's predictable,
is not or not impressed by me, I take note of them.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, that could be beautiful though, like wanting to follow your lead like that. I mean, if she's really ready to follow, but if not, that dynamic could become resentment pretty fast.
I don't know. See, here's the thing. I mean, on the sites, I know that someday this is going to be the company line, but for right now, I don't think it is. But I got to tell you, I love when I see on a woman's Bumble profile, teach me something. I want you to teach me something. Because here's the thing. She is conveying submissiveness there. Not in all aspects of life necessarily, but in the ones that make her biologically attracted to you, including, don't worry, class, you can answer that on your own. But the thing of it is, when she says, teach me something, I love it because she might be asking you to teach her how to say sweet dreams in Italian, Sognadora, by the way, or she might be saying, hey, I'm here to be, with a man who knows how to lead me, who knows how to lead the relationship, who knows how to make me laugh, who knows how to make me want to do things for him. Because here's the thing. You're not going to tell her to do things for you. You're not going to ask her to do things for you. You're not going to ask her to pour you a drink. You're not going to ask her to make you a sandwich. She's going to do that because she just wants to make you happy, because you make her happy, because you make her heart flutter, whatever it happens to be. Now, if you haven't figured out how to do that, it's because, again, like I said, you haven't figured out not only who you are, but what you like about who you are. You got a long way to go if that's the case. And you know something? That should excite you more than it scares you, especially if you're in your 20s. Come on, guys. Don't waste them like I did.
All right. At 44, no bio, Johnny. That means she's relying on attraction, energy, and your imagination to do the work. But at 44, clarity
she's
matters
simpler
more
than
than
us.
aesthetics. All right. What this
Yeah, it does. Because again, like I said on Monday night, she's right. Because in our 40s, we need a reason to have sex. In our 20s, we just needed a time and a place.
Now, here's the lesson for you, nephews. What this profile is saying to me is, if you want me, bring effort, bring leadership, bring emotional range, bring humor, bring wisdom. I mean, ask yourself one thing. What is she bringing to deserve all that? The profile doesn't tell me. It doesn't.
Right. See, that's the only thing I have a hang up about too. Yeah. I'm glad you said that.
Well, don't give a woman everything she asked for before you know what she offers.
Bruh.
Dude, guys will give her whatever they. Yeah, man. Some of these guys will give her what they think she's going to ask for before she even asks for anything. He's that desperate. That's called leading with your wallet. That's called leading with materialism. That's called leading with something that has nothing to do with who you are. Nothing.
So many of these women, so many of these women show us requirements and not reciprocity. I don't think they understand how much we value that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's Brandy say here? It seems to me not I can give you. All right.
Good point.
Let's break this down, Johnny. If I had a superpower, it would be obviously teleportation.
I'm with her on that. Do you know how much you would save in car insurance alone? Absolutely. That'd be awesome. I'm with her on that.
Oh man. Okay. When a woman is grown, she's 44 years old and she uses teleportation as her superpower, it's revealing. Okay. It's the fantasy of somebody who wants to escape from stress, escape from responsibility, escape from the emotional weight of life, and
to the Caribbean if possible.
Escape from the past without doing the work. Teleportation is avoidance guised as magic. So, and also, it could just be that she cannot be on time for things. So there's that too.
By the way, sci-fi topic for discussion. If we ever did become a type 1 civilization, we would no longer need a vacation because we could get one whenever we wanted.
All right, Major wants
That's
to know
deep to
why
discuss.
she's single.
Yeah, see, I wonder that too. I'm going to go ahead and say, and while I agree with you, I don't want to be the one that jumps right out there and says, well, she's hot and she's single and she's on a dating app. There must be something really effing wrong with her. I mean, that very well could be the case, and I've run into a lot of situations where I were. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think that we could answer a lot more questions if we could read deeper into the profile. But that's only if the profile has enough depth for us to read into. And I'm not seeing it.
All right, Major, brother, when a woman is 35, 40,
Shannon.
44, attractive, put together, fun, social, she knows how to take great photos, calls herself the life of the party, is still single. There's only three answers.
The reason you're still single is because you're the life of the party. But hey, that's none of my business.
Her lifestyle doesn't match her expectations. She wants a man to fit into her life, but she's not adjusting her life to fit a relationship. That's how women end up single for years without ever understanding why.
Well, not only that, but then blaming everybody but themselves for that fact. But hey, that's none of my business.
Well, reason two, I would say she prefers freedom over accountability. A lot of women, Major, they love the idea of a partnership, but hate the idea of structure. They want the benefits of a man without the boundaries of a relationship. And that's not how we move.
Yeah, that's called accepting the rights and rejecting responsibilities. Yep.
3, it could be that she only dates men she doesn't really respect. And this is one nobody says out loud. Some women stay single because the only men they entertain are the men they don't take seriously. They give attention to the bowl, but commit to no one.
And guys, if you're not sure whether or not you're one of those, go ahead and comment on one of the selfies of the hottest girls on your Facebook. And if she answers with, "Oh, thanks, you're sweet," you're that guy. Yeah.
Absolutely, Major. No accountability.
Yep. None. Thank you, Major.
All right. So don't ask why she's single. Ask whether you want to be the man she suddenly decides to settle for.
In her case, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Keep going over the profile, Johnny, or should I just? I'm not really.
I mean,
that.
I think we've all decided. I think we've all decided that.
Good match for me, but should we get a nephews to game on how to give at her? How to get at her?
No, because here's the thing: we are here to help our nephews, not hurt them. And in this situation, she is not ready to not hurt them. I'm not saying she wants to hurt them. I don't know. I'm just saying she is not in a position to not hurt them.
Oh man! All right, I'm a little conflicted here because I feel like I should be teaching, but you're right. This may mean to teach them to stay away from something like this. Now, I don't see anything. Bro, there's really no substance here. This is, a couple pictures from a camera roll, and she just filtering through dudes that swipe on her.
Yeah, see, here's the thing.
Don't do it. Don't worry. I'm not swiping on this bitch.
No, I think it's funny when women who look as good as her try to sit there and act like being online the online dating process is so hard. Oh, I've got all this going on, I've got that going on. It's so hard to sift through it. And the guys on there are like, no, you're right, it's hard, but it's hard because we get no matches, we get no responses. And a lot of it is really not her fault. It's really not even. The thing of it is that you are swiping right on here. And if you are lucky enough to match with her, you're still probably going to send her the first message and get nothing back. Okay? The fact of the matter is that when you swipe right on somebody who has all the good looks and nothing to say, you are swiping right and telling her you are acceptable because of the way you look, and I don't need any substance. And don't think for a second that a girl who has probably had guys hitting on her from the age of 14 doesn't know that
Brandy,
and hasn't learned how to use that to her advantage.
Brandy, it's the ones that are really pretty that crash out the easiest. For some
Yeah.
reason, they have trouble managing and mitigating their emotions because
They're not used to hearing the word no.
physically appear. All right, listen, nephews, I know Johnny don't want to give you the game, but I'm going to. Okay, if you really wanted
I'll
to
help
get
you.
at her, don't chase her, match her. Okay, women like this are used to men running at them at full speed, running for them. The moment you pull back and start to show discipline, well, that's the only man she actually respects.
Bill,
So-
you know what's crazy? What you just said reminds me of a conversation I had with a coworker who shared a desk with me like 17 years ago.
Bruh.
Oh, Johnny, look, nephews, Johnny and I have a lot of different philosophies on a lot.
No,
of
I'm saying you're
things.
saying something I told you back when we worked together.
And I'm making the point that you and I are both 10, but how we get there, we just get there different ways. I'm 7 plus 3, you're 8 plus 2.
Yeah, I'd like to get the hard part out of the way and have the easy part to end it.
Okay.
I'm referring to my push-up finisher today, but you know.
Keep your mystery tight. You can't give this woman your whole story. You don't trauma dump. You don't overshare. You give her just enough to make her curious. And let
You
her
shouldn't do that in the first 6 months. Yeah.
All
You
right,
shouldn't
women
do
in
that.
their
You should
40s
not be doing that in the first 6 months, let alone the first 6 dates.
Women in their 40s, they chase clarity and confidence, not chaos. So don't be thirsty. You got to lead with security, not thirst. You want to stand out? Show her you have structure, routine, boundaries, standards. These women are drowning in men who want access, and they rarely meet a man who protects his peace.
Yep.
Man with boundaries is irresistible to a woman with none. You guys don't understand that. All right.
They will. Don't worry.
Your first message to her should be like a challenge. You don't compliment her. You don't thirst text her. You make her engage. Man, Johnny, I don't know if I should get into giving them the kind of messages. I think these guys will get into trouble with if I start telling them exactly what to say. And
listen, 7 years ago, I was on Tinder, and I matched with a girl, and her profile just gave me a big list of things she didn't want. So I didn't even remember swiping right on her. So I just decided to be a smartass, and I said, "Wow, you told me a whole bunch of things that you don't want, but one, you didn't tell me anything you do want, and number two, you didn't tell me anything that I want. And you know something? I actually got the date with her. I mean, the thing of it is that was the first step towards leading. Now, we didn't get far enough in a relationship for me to lead her further because I got to be honest with you, I didn't really like her. But the fact of the matter is that got me a first date because I wasn't like, oh, hey, tell me what it is you want and I'll do my best to be that. Because you're going to get ghosted every time. You probably won't get a response to the first message if you're going to be that all in. So, guys, again, know yourself, like yourself, and be yourself, or don't do this.
okay, so
more importantly, date yourself.
Nephews, listen up. If you want to date this woman or just women like this in general, it's important that you set the pace and you have to do it right from the jump. You do it early. You pick the day, you pick the time, you pick the location. And if I matched with this woman, and I'm not swiping right on her, but if I did and the little spotlights came up that we matched, the only message I would send to her would be you, period, me, period, a drink, period. Let's make this happen. Because women like this don't respect men who ask what they want to do. They respect men who show up with a plan. And that's who they actually want to follow. You have to have a plan for her to even be able to follow. And
Bill, here's the problem. In all fairness, these guys have been taught by society that being open-minded and being accepting of what she wants is the way to go. So they are confused when they respond to the question of what do you want to do, when they say, I don't know what you want to do, I want to do whatever you want to do, they have a hard time understanding why that ends up ultimately being the turnoff. In fact, a lot of guys never discovered that was the turnoff. I will tell you why that is the turnoff. Like Bill said, you period, me period, a drink period, let's make this happen. For me, I take it a step further than that. I'll take it a step further than that. I will say to her, listen, there's a place in Crafton Ingram here in Pittsburgh called Mugshots. By the way, you guys got to check it out. Greatest happy hour ever. I was going to go there and have a couple of drinks. If you'd like to join me, I'm going to be there about 7. Let's go. And that was it.
All right. So
in my case, 6, but you know.
What I'm trying to tell you is don't try to impress her, nephews. Take it from Unc here. Women in their 40s have seen everything. You really want to impress her? Impress her by being stable, not flashy, consistent, not clingy, and present, not performing.
Yeah. And believe me, they can tell when you're performing. Here's the thing. It's like we said a couple of weeks ago. You cannot fake self-confidence, and self-confidence is what they love. Now, knowing that a woman loves self-confidence, if you don't have it, you probably don't know that you don't have it. As a matter of fact, you probably think you do. And what you are doing is you are putting forth a front of yourself being confident. And for what? The thing of it is that if you aren't confident because you like who you are, because you like how you carry yourself, and because you know that you are the best version of yourself, then you are faking confidence. And like I tell you every time, and I'm going to use the same analogy, I don't care if you're tired of it, women can smell fake confidence like a fart in the car with the windows up. Okay? It's not as obvious to you as it is to them, and you're the one doing it. Knock it off. Go find out who you are. Go find out why you like yourself. And go find out why you should want to share that with others. Until you can answer all those 3 things, don't get on this. Email me. Email Uncle Bill. Your uncles are here for you for a reason. Not just live, but 168 hours a week. You have no excuse now that the the internet exists, and you have people like us that are here to help you. I'm not saying we have the best advice in the world, but what I am saying is we can help you stop yourself from self-destruction. And you owe it to yourself in your young life to have the next 60 or 80 years of whatever your life expectancy is going to be, you know, to live it in a happy way, to live your best life until you no longer have a life to live. We're here to tell you we've screwed those things up. There are things we can't get back. And we're here to help you not lose them in the first place. So, you know, you might want to listen to it.
All right, nephews, I'm going to give you my final words here. I'm going to give you the Conqueror's cheat code on this one.
There it is.
You want to get at her? Be the man she hasn't met yet. Grounded, unbothered, emotionally disciplined, clear in intention, and impossible to manipulate. That's the man she gives her energy to.
Yep.
Because he's the one who doesn't need it.
But the guy she did, yeah. The guy she gives nothing to is the guy that thinks she's going to fall into the arms of the guy who's willing to give her everything he's got and more. All she's going to do there is make sure she gets as much as you can give and then forget about you when you got nothing left.
All right, Johnny.
So, yeah.
I'm about to pass on this one. Yeah,
good looking girl, though. I mean, hey, look, great body. You know.
We'll do one more tonight.
All right, here we go.
Give me just a
drum roll, please.
You know, I should get that on my little soundboard, sir. I think you're right. I need a little.
So anyway, guys, real quick, in the comments while Bill's previewing this profile to make sure that this girl's not a sociopath, I know I asked for it earlier, but I like to ask for it again. In the comments, if you had a really great experience, really bad experience, or just an extremely unbelievably unique experience when it comes to online dating, hey, put it in the comments. We'd love to read it. We'd love to talk about it. And even if we don't have time tonight, I will definitely address it on Monday.
Hold on, Johnny. I'm trying to find us a good profile.
Well, while you're doing that, also real quick, my email is nochaserjc@gmail.com. I have 2 questions for Monday night, and I would really like to have 4. And I don't care. It doesn't have to be about a girl rejecting you. It doesn't have to be about you rejecting her, about a breakup or anything like that. It doesn't even have to be about dating. It could be about fitness. It could be about being incarcerated. It could be about redeeming yourself. It could be about anything that a man is going to face in his life. I know we focus a lot on dating and relationships, but we are also here to focus on the other aspects, especially when it comes to working on yourselves. So if you have a question about working on yourself in general, yeah, I would love to hear it. And I'm going to say that I'm going to say it one more time. NoChaserJC@gmail.com.
That's right, chat. Send in your questions. That's what we're here for. All right, Johnny, let's check our last profile for tonight.
We don't play, we win.
We got Bethany. Bethany's 30 years old. She is a school psychologist. No bias.
Okay, stop. So you are there for mental health. So you understand the power of the mind and how important it is in every relationship, romantic or otherwise. And yet you can't even tell us anything about yourself other than what you do for a living and your age. I'm not saying you're bullshitting us about what you do for a living. I'm just saying you might not be that good at it.
All right, Johnny. Let's see what we got here about Bethany. I'm happiest when I'm eating after a run.
Yeah, I get that. No, hey. Now, listen. Oh, so I try to run 1 to 3 miles a day. It's usually closer to the 1. I'm not gonna lie, but when I get done with a run, it's usually after I got done lifting. And man, I'm gonna tell you what. There are times I've been so hungry that and believe it or not, we have urban deer here in Pittsburgh. I swear to God, I've seen them on the west end. I've seen them downtown. I would be willing to tackle a deer and eat it alive because I'm that hungry and that my body's screaming for protein that much. So I kind of get that.
Bruh.
Okay. My ultimate green flag is you let me tell you about my current hyperfixation.
Well, you know what? She's trying to intrigue you to ask her what her hyperfixation is. That's either for the dopamine rush or because, yeah. All right. Yeah. He already knows.
Hyperfixation? Let me tell you something, nephews.
He took that right up from under me, guys. I was going to let her have it. Go ahead.
Her current hyperfixation better be me. And I already know all about me. So I don't need to sit here and listen to her tell me about me.
Yeah. No. And I mean, but the thing of it is, I want to know what she would say if you asked her that. I know it's going to be Cap, but I would love to hear it.
A few moments later.
There it is. Yeah.
All right. She says, my favorite quality in a person is when they think I'm funny.
Okay, so her favorite quality in a person is not only that they're paying attention to her, but that they're giving her positive reinforcement.
Bro, I'm not.
I kind of fixed it for her there.
Look, Johnny, have I even swiped on a profile? Yeah, the church girl. That was the only one I swiped on tonight.
What does that tell you, folks? Not that she's not that you have to be Christian, but the fact that you have to have some convictions, you have to have some self-respect, you have to be able to stick to whatever guns you decided you pull out. And the thing of it is, the one profile we swiped right on is the one that made Bill respect her. Think about that.
All right. Well, we're passing on this one.
Yeah.
Phil says I'm already a pass on this one. All right. We'll pass on this one. I think we got time for one more, Johnny. Let me see if we can share this next one. We'd like to run till about 11, 10 to
Almost
11.
there. Yeah.
You know what, Johnny? I think we got a profile we can work with.
There we go.
All right. This will be our last one for the night. All right. Last profile is Lindsay42. Bio. Easygoing. Love random adventures. Value diversity and acceptance. Intellect and appreciation of sarcasm will go a long way. Love travel. Passport ownership is a must. Learning to golf. Help me.
So that was a really quick way of using the company line relating to sarcasm. Is a lot of girls say, "Oh, I speak sarcasm." So what she's trying to tell you is, I think I can make you laugh. Not that I will make you laugh, but I think I can make you laugh. Now, see, there's the difference between men and women on online dating. We have to be able to tell you that, and this is my opinion, but I feel like I got to be able to make you believe that I will, not I can, I will make you laugh. Now, that's not an unreasonable. That is not an unreasonable thing to say. Um, But remember that there is something between the lines. There is a subconsciousness to that statement. And like we said earlier, I can elicit a reaction that is positive that you can't control. And if I do, subconsciously, you should be wondering what other uncontrollable response can he make me have that is also positive.
Johnny, passport ownership is a must. You want to talk about that?
So, okay. Either A, she wants you to pay for expensive trips to the Caribbean, overseas, whatever, or B, and she may not actually live here in America. I don't know what her location said, but it's easy to use the VPN and pretend. We'll explain VPN some other time. But yeah, it really sounds like what she's asking for. She's trying to qualify you. Either A, are you going to take me to a big, expensive vacation? Or B, even at the very, very, very basic low, do you have a passport which would tell me if you do? Because let's face it, I've never met a man who has an actual active passport that wasn't at least some kind of sophisticated. That wasn't at least some kind of guy that women would find attractive either physically, financially, or you emotionally, whatever it is. She's looking for a guy who has his shit together. And a guy who has a passport probably has his shit together, especially if it's legal and active.
Okay. Give me just a second here. All right. Looking over the bottom. Let me read this again. Vice versa acceptance. All right, nephews. Easy going. Loves random adventures. Now, let me give you the real read here. Women in their 40s, this type of profile all follow a pattern. They want fun, freedom, and flexibility. They want you to have
And not the kind of flexibility we're looking for.
So what she's basically saying is, I want a man who can keep up with the life I already built. And that's not a relationship resume. That's a lifestyle application. She's not looking for love. She's looking for someone who can keep up. Learning to golf, passport ownership. I don't know.
And she doesn't mean going to Flying B. She means to like a real expensive golf course, not even Avalon.
Easy going, love random adventures. That's high energy, low planning energy. And let me say random adventures. Their life is loosely organized, and they want a man who's going to roll in with whatever mood she's in. Value diversity and acceptance. Beautiful words, but they're kind of generic, aren't they? I mean,
they're often it's a buzzword that gets thrown on it. Yeah.
All right. Intellect and appreciation of sarcasm will go a long way. I need witty, emotionally mature banter. And I get that. Women don't like small talk energy. They want a man that has conversational
They don't like small anything
abilities,
energy.
compatibilities. All right. Now, when I see love to travel, passport is a must. Here's the truth. When she is saying passport required, she's drawing a line. She's not dating local homebodies. You got to match her lifestyle or check out immediately. Passport required means lifestyle required.
Yep.
Learning to golf helped me. Okay, this one's smart. She's signaling femininity and openness to masculine instructions. Okay,
So
that's
if you're young, wealthy, and still somehow need to learn game, she's your girl.
all right, but be careful because sometimes teach me means entertain me. Just
Well, yeah.
watch with
Yeah.
that. Okay, her prompt here. I'm a real nerd about Ted Lasso.
Dude, I love Ted Lasso.
Yeah, but
I really do. Listen, that show is fantastic. Whether you're a football fan, soccer fan, or just a Jason Sudeikis fan, that show is so freaking funny. But I'm telling you, they will listen. That show will trick you. It'll make you laugh your ass off. But I swear to God, once or twice every episode, it will get you right here. And listen, it really is. I love the show. It's worth watching.
All right, John.
Shout out Ted Lasso
All right, bro. But her nerd thing
and the
is that
Riverhounds.
showing an emotional need. Am I wrong? Like women who pick cozy, wholesome shows for their nerd thing are signaling emotional safety needs. You're saying what?
Uncle Bill, I got to tell you, you should probably watch a couple.
Discomfort.
I'm going to say you should probably watch a couple episodes of Ted Lasso before you say that because it really is a great show. It is.
I don't watch TV.
I know, but you got to take the time. It's on Apple TV. If you don't have a login, I can get you one.
You know what,
I didn't
Johnny?
say that.
I give you my word that when next time I come out to Pittsburgh, we'll sit down and watch an episode of it. How's that?
That's right. Staff Sergeant Zerker, you have to join us.
Okay. She's structured fun. I'll give her that. She's not chaotic so far. She wants somebody who can lead, plan, and organize and provide stability while she brings spontaneity and energy. If you don't have your life in order, a woman like this can burn you out.
Yeah.
Well, structured fun requires a structured man.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. Non-negotiable, no smoking, no pets, very allergic to all.
I don't do either one. But if I was allowed, I would have a puppy.
Well, we say this to the nephews all the time that if they look for unconditional love in women when really you're looking for love in the wrong places. You should be looking for unconditional love in yourself. And if you don't love yourself like that yet, and you need to experience unconditional love, we recommend that you go get a dog. That dog is going to love you no matter what. It is going to be loyal and happy to see you. And I'm a huge advocate for pit bulls and rescue pits. Go down to the rescue shelter and give a dog a second chance.
Now, a cat, on the other hand, is just going to let you live there so that you can pay the bills and open bags of treats. You know.
All right. Now, Johnny, no smoking, no pets, very allergic to all. This is the first time her profile has shown any actual structure.
That's where I was going. Yeah.
It matters. Okay. Because when she's saying non-negotiable at what, like 42, she's showing you the parts of her life she refuses to compromise on.
Yeah. But the only reason she refuses to compromise is because it gives her physical ailments.
Well,
do you think she would still have that if it wasn't that?
Like, pay attention to the tone behind this one. It tells you.
I know. I'm just saying.
She's rigid about her space. She's protective of her routine. She doesn't want to adapt. She wants compatibility handed to her.
Yeah.
This woman, she's not a flexible woman. This is a woman who expects alignment before effort, Johnny.
Yeah.
wants-
And see, that's the thing. There's no way you can actually establish that before you even know each other. But that's what she wants.
well, she wants compatibility before commitment, and if I'm being honest, before effort.
Yeah.
Like, no pets, no smoking. That's not a personality trait. That's lifestyle policing. And if you live a certain way, cool. If you don't, she's telling you she won't bend, won't try, won't compromise. Now, this is important for the nephews to understand.
Yep.
Women who lead with non-negotiables are telling you they want to be comfortable, not collaborative.
The one who is more structured and organized will be the one who leads. And if she is the one who leads, she is not going to respect the one who follows, especially if you decide to follow, upfront and willingly.
All right, if you want to call in, I'm about to shut down the phone lines. If you don't have any questions, because we're about to wrap this up.
Yep.
She says, my personal hell is walking behind someone who is slow or can't walk in a straight line for me to pass.
You know what? I will say that living in a metropolitan area with 2.6 million, I get that. I really do. Listen, I've lived in Youngstown and I had a car, and it was way different from being here in Pittsburgh, not needing a car and relying on public transit, which is actually pretty reliable and not to mention cheaper. But the one thing that gets, oh my God, I mean, like, if you're from Youngstown, Ohio, I know that you are probably sick of that 5-way intersection between Raccoon Road, Northwest, Mahoning Avenue, blah, blah, blah. I know you're probably sick and tired of any intersection that involves Southern Boulevard. But I will tell you that here in Pittsburgh, we have Carson Street and Main between the West End and the South Side. And it takes longer than any intersection I ever sat in Youngstown. And that's counting the ones with the sensors that you stop too far in front of the line for, that don't detect you. I mean, there's a 4-minute light at the bottom of the hill that I live on. And that's another reason why I'm glad that I bike most places.
All right, my personal hell is walking behind someone slow or can't pass in a straight line for me to pass. All right, nephews, this is the last piece of Lindsay's profile here. Now, you might think it's a joke, but it's not. This line tells you exactly how she operates. Okay. This is a woman who hates friction, hates waiting, hates being slowed down. She's telling you straight up, I move fast. My life is
More than that,
fast.
she hates any structure that's not her own.
This isn't about walking behind slow people. This is about pace, patience, and control. Women who use this prompt are signaling low tolerance for inefficiency, low patience for hesitation, high expectations for momentum, and zero desire to be slowed down by someone else's process. This is a woman who gets irritated by anything that doesn't move at her speed.
Yeah. So what she's saying is basically follow my structure and or you're nothing. But in all actuality, even with that mentality, she is not going to be attracted to a man who can't make her want to follow his lead.
All right, well, Johnny, I'm going to pass on this one.
I would too.
I mean, I could break this down a little bit more for the nephews if they needed a lesson in this. What she's really telling you, this whole profile is telling you, is that she doesn't do slow relationships. She doesn't do slow texting, slow planning, slow energy. She wants momentum. She wants movement. She wants initiative.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stop it right there. You guys can read into that. Yeah, Mini Mom, absolutely. I'm going left on this one. And,
to the left, to the left.
Okay, so
we're getting that button.
We don't have any other questions, Johnny. I'm going left on this one. I think we're going to go ahead and
I'm with you there.
Wrap up.
Well, we got one. We got one tonight, guys. We got one.
Who we get one, huh? Shout out to the church girl. Let's see if I match with her.
Hey, hopefully she swipes right. Young men,
nephew.
remember, finding a relationship, whether on Bumble or any other way, it is not a destination. It is a journey. And you might have to get used to the fact that she is going to look at it the other way around. If she does, it's going to be a late vetting, but it's going to be a vetting. So remember, no one can make you happy but you. No one can make the decision on how to live your life but you. And no one can make you decide whether to swipe left or right, not only on a woman's profile, but on concepts that you decide to either follow or reject in life, job-wise, principle-wise, or anything else. You have got to be the one who decides to swipe left or right on how you are going to make decisions, no matter what that decision is. No matter whether it's what you're going to have for lunch or how you're going to live your life. Every decision you make is going to have a long-term consequence, but I also don't want you to overthink it. Remember, just like everybody else, every choice you make is half chance.
All right,
Everyone.
nephews, we're going to wrap it up right here tonight. And, you know, we saw the whole spectrum. We saw chaos profiles. We saw lifestyle profiles. We saw the highlight reel women, the freedom phase women, the structured fun women, and every one of them taught us
Translation, middle-aged women.
Nephews, most men swipe with hope. We swipe with discipline. We don't fall for energy. We don't fall for aesthetics. We don't fall for potential. We read what's actually in front of us. Because the truth is simple, nephews. A woman's profile is not who she wants to be. It's who she is right now. And you judge the present, not the fantasy. All right, so every profile tonight had a story, but the real question was always, does her story align with your standards? That's the whole game. Not chasing, not proving, not performing, just knowing who you are and choosing from a place of strength and self-respect and clarity. Now, we appreciate you, nephews, for rocking with us tonight. Shout out to Johnny. Shout out to everybody who wrote in all the comments. You know, we just appreciate everything, and steel sharpens steel, man. So thanks for asking us your questions.
Damn right.
And never forget,
Hey guys, we will see you.
His value never begs for attention.
Nope. He commands it. And having said that, I command your presence this coming Monday night because I got a couple of good questions, and I'm probably going to get a couple of good. I'm going to rephrase that. I got a couple of good questions. I'm probably going to get a couple more good questions. That's the best way I could word that. But seriously, right in. We'll see you Monday night, 9:35 p.m. Be there or be square. But until then, if you drink, don't drive. And if you drive, don't park. Because accidents cause people. Let's go, Hounds.
Yeah.